We are in Sydney, Australia, and we're going to show you the fun things you can do here. Now we are at St. Mary's Cathedral. Christmas was about a week ago, so they still have a nativity scene here. In this hall, they tell what all of the 10 days of Christmas represent. Today's the 10th day of Christmas, and it represents the 10 Commandments. Here you can light a candle, and it's a $2 donation. And that is St. Mary's Cathedral.
I really like how they show what each of the 12 days of Christmas mean.
We tried not to talk too much in there because there were people praying, and the thing I was impressed by about this place was the architecture. And they also have mass, which I think on weekdays are like 3 times a day, so it's pretty frequent. We are at Sydney Opera House, and we'll be going on the Sydney Opera House tour.
We're stepping inside to discover the legendary history and extraordinary secrets of the Sydney Opera House.
We just watched a video on the history of the Opera House. We couldn't take video, but here are some photos. We were just here last night watching an opera. The name was La Traviata. It kind of reminded me of Romeo and Juliet because it was like a love story, with a tragic love story. We were just inside the opera theater where we saw the opera last night, and there are 1,500 seats there, so it's the second largest theater here. The glass here is imported from France and it's placed at a 45-degree angle to minimize the reflection. There are over 1 million tiles, 17 different shapes, and they're imported from Sweden. And when I saw photos of the Opera House before coming to Australia, I thought it was just all white, but there's actually different shades of colors. And that's the Sydney Opera House tour.
I really liked learning about the whole building, and also there are great views here.
I like how the tour took us around the entire place and talked about the architecture. We got to see the John Sutherland Theatre, the concert hall, and we watched some videos about how they built this place. Our next stop is the Justice and Police Museum.
This former police station and courthouse is now a museum that draws you into the world of crime, policing, and punishment.
Caroline Grills was not just a grandmother, she was also a serial killer, and she poisoned her entire family and also poisoned other people by enticing them with sweet treats. She laced the food with rat poison. Okay, I'm gonna try to crack open a safe. So first, I turn the dial. All 3 wheels need to turn in the same direction for the first combination number. Okay, oh, there, I opened it.
There we go, that was easy.
These are the cells, and this used to be a prison. What? They don't even get a mattress? They just have to sleep on a tilted plank? This is their toilet, a pee bucket. No toilet paper. And that's the Justice and Police Museum.
My favorite part was reading about all the crimes that all the bad people did.
And I learned to crack a safe. Now we are at the Museum of Sydney.
This museum celebrates the people and events that have shaped the character and soul of Sydney.
This is a depiction of the British people coming to Australia and exchanging stuff with the Aboriginal people.
Now we're gonna check out the People's House, Sydney Opera House at 50.
Here you can share your favorite memory of this Sydney Opera House. I drew Camus watching the La Traviata opera. That's the ocean, that's the opera house thing, and then that's a firework because we went near New Year's.
This is a quick, messy sketch. I didn't try to make it good.
This is the Lego set of the Sydney Opera House. And here the opera house is made of seashells. And here they wove the opera house. And that's the Museum of Sydney.
My favorite part was looking at all the different Sydney opera houses made in 3 different ways.
There's quite a few interactive things you could do here. I like the one where everyone drew their favorite part about the Sydney Opera House. Now we are at the Rocks Discovery Museum.
This museum displays archaeological artifacts recovered from the Rocks precinct and tells its story.
The word kangaroo is a derivation of the Aboriginal word kangaroo. What does that mean though? European colonialism. Okay. Wait, I thought the British colonized more than that.
Okay.
Oh, there. The British finally landed in India.
I'm putting a plate back together.
And that is the Rocks Discovery Museum.
It was a nice museum.
This is a small place to learn about the history of the area, and I don't really know what happened because brother just spent the entire time trying to put together a porcelain plate, so.
Oh, I failed. On to our next stop.
Our final stop is Museum of Contemporary Art, Australia.
This is Australia's only public museum dedicated to contemporary art. We're in the family room and I'm gonna make something out of clay. When you're done, you can put it on the wall or bring it home. I'm probably gonna put it on the wall because we live not in Australia.
While brother's making clay art, we're gonna check out the MCA collection. This is the most words I've ever seen in an art piece, but I don't have the patience to read it today. What is this? This artwork uses microphone stands, and there's things hanging off of it. Everything here is untitled. This looks like calligraphy. Poor kangaroo.
I'm hungry, so I made a shalom ball, and then there's also a dumpling. 1, 2, 3. Sesame ball, shalom ball, dumpling.
And that is the Museum of Contemporary Art.
I really like the clay exhibit that they have. I was there most of the time while brother was exploring because to me clay is so fun.
I like how this museum is free and there's so many different artworks that you can look at.